listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawcynic.com.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh.
What's up?
What's cracking?
What's going down?
We got a lot in the building, man. HipHopVCR. What's good, man?
What's good?
Jay Camp's in the building. That Jim Gordon.
Commish off top.
With the icy blue background. I see you, man. That Bebo P was good, man.
Hey, man, living life and feeling blessed. How about yourself, brother?
All the Jamaican ladies going crazy right now, man.
They doing their thing.
Got the oxtail.
Doing their thing, you know what I'm saying?
Got the oxtail on deck.
Was good, man.
Hey, man, taking it easy, bro. You know, love from Detroit.
Yeah, man, all the way, man. That Caesar's pizza, man. That Jets pizza, man. We gotta get that deep dish pause. You know what I'm saying? HipHopVCR, man. What's good, man?
What's good? Hold on, guys. Things could be a little bit better, but we'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right,
first of all, man, y'all ready for May? This is May, man. We about to get the summer jumping off. You know, we're gonna talk about the summer jam. We gotta talk about a lot of stuff, man, that's going on. We gotta get in. But first of all, if this is your first time jumping off on the show, this is Fresh Out, IG, Facebook, man. Fresh Out Show without the E. You know what I'm saying? This is your number one spot Wednesdays, man, for the number one debate show for hip hop. So, you know, normally, like I said, we got that Jim Gordon, J Camp, Bebo P, and LB the Podfather, but we got a special guest, man.
Yeah, man.
Special.
HipHopVCR, man, is holding it down.
In the building, baby.
You know, man. The original, the originator, man.
There you go.
Yes.
There you have it.
But first of all, we're gonna start with you, HipHopVCR, man. Like, let's be clear.
Guys, let's talk.
Let's be clear. HipHopVCR, man, destroyed the game. Destroyed the game.
He destroyed it.
On game.
Last, like in April, man. April was HipHopVCR month. Let's be clear.
Owned it.
Yeah, man.
Let's be clear.
Right.
We got to put them next to Jay-Z and MJ. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a baby photo. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
If you basically been under a rock for the past 4 weeks, HipHopVCR unveiled the classic 2001 Summer Jam, which we're going to talk about another Summer Jam later on. But this 2001 was the pinnacle of concerts, man, in New York. This is legendary.
Yes.
Yep.
Nobody, people have seen pictures, but if you weren't there, you just heard about it. This was like
that's it.
Folklore hip hop. HipHopVCR, who has one of the dopest YouTube channels, we're gonna talk about the future of that, unveiled this footage and it went viral.
Mad viral.
Right. Yeah.
To the point where, you know, this dude is on complex.com, Revolt, Vibe,
Hip Hop
DX, you name it. Crazy. Just took over, man. Pete Rosenberg, shout out to Pete. Interviews galore, man. First of all, just talk about that moment, man, and when you heard, because you know me, I was DMing you like crazy. Like, and you was like, yeah, man, I ain't know, man. I got everything popping. So what happened, man?
That was for sure. That moment definitely it caught me by surprise. So the great thing about the whole moment is that I was as surprised as everyone else was. Maybe for different reasons. You know, I'd seen the footage before, so everything was familiar to me, but I was unaware that nobody had ever seen this footage. So when my phone started blowing up at my photo studio, I was like, oh shit, I think this thing is going viral. And I was telling my wife, and you know, it would forget it. The day was unforgettable. It was DMs and all kinds of inquiries, and you know, all kind of people hitting me up from the media, from magazines, all kinds of stuff.
Crazy.
So from there, okay, of course it goes viral. Shout out to Fake Short Drive, you know what I'm saying, Drew over there.
Oh yeah.
Then it comes into articles. So we seeing articles, we seeing everybody's going crazy. Like, and God bless you put that dope logo on there. Because, you know what I'm saying? If the logo wasn't on there, you know, cats like, oh, that was me, bro. I was the one who did it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be all cap.
There was a point in my channel in which I wasn't putting logos, and then I had evolved to only putting a circular logo on the bottom right, which you know, guys were blurring out and then putting their logo on it. So once I rebranded the channel, I had to come up with a solution for that, because I was doing all this work, so I wanted to get credit for everything that I was doing.
Yeah, man.
Right? And at that point, I was launching merch, so I wanted everything to lead into the merch store.
There you go.
So that video, you know, came after that rebranding, luckily, because there's a chance I could have put that video out before the rebranding, because I just wanted to put the content out. I wasn't really caring about the credit until I know how much work I was putting in, right? And then, I gotta get some credit for this and try and get some revenue for this stuff. So luckily that video came after, and that logo, exactly what you said, Iceberg, that shit paid off later. I was like, I'm so glad that I did that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now so everything's blowing up. You get the call too, from what I'm hearing, that Jay saw the footage too.
Yeah. So I got the word straight from Peter Rosenberg, straight from him. And he was the one that invited me onto his podcast, right? And at the end of that podcast, after I had logged off, that's when he revealed to Cypher Sound that he had he had made contact with somebody else, and Jay-Z had sent word back and sent that message out. What was the word? What was it he said? I forgot what he said. Damn, I had put it on my Instagram. I don't know if any of you guys remember what he said, but regardless, he mentioned it, and I wasn't surprised. I figured it was a matter of time before it got to Jay. You know, like that was gonna get to him. Like we all knew.
It was major.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Okay, so then it goes to Jay. Jay sees it. It's going crazy, and then I see Dame posted.
Did Dame post it?
Dame posted it.
He did,
bro. I didn't know that. Dame has posted me before.
Ooh.
That I've seen twice, so I didn't know he reposted that.
Shout out to Dame, by the way. Shout out to Dame.
Shout out.
Yeah, I love that. So that's awesome. I have a lot of respect.
My guy. Jig is my guy. Jig is had the reason where the yank. Come on, let's go. But now, give everybody an update now. What basically has happened since then?
So literally yesterday, the channel got taken down by the combination of Viacom CBS and YouTube, right? So they executed a siege on both platforms, both on YouTube and on Instagram. Instagram has different policies than YouTube. YouTube has a policy that after you get 3 copyright strikes, they disable your channel forever. On the other hand, Instagram's policy is that they'll just remove the videos and continue removing the videos, and whatever's remaining, you can continue. You know,
but you can still post though.
I can still post, but obviously I can't post anything Viacom CBS related. I'd be an idiot to do such a thing at this point, right? So you know that's so as of right now, HipHopVCR is in limbo. I did start a new channel called HipHopVCR 2.0, but the only reason I started that channel was so I can upload the 2001 Summer Jam clip, and because I just feel like it belongs out there, right? Like it just belongs out there. So I and then as of now, I don't know what's gonna happen with the platform. My intent for this platform was simply to put out this footage. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about me being a personality in any capacity. It wasn't about me starting a podcast. There were things that were evolving behind the scenes because the channel and that platform was doing so well. Yep. So, but now that is gone, essentially they ripped 11,000 of my followers away, right? So
gone.
You know, I don't have those eyes and ears to promote stuff to, and that was a huge. That's what I was working towards, is having a good audience and then selling stuff. You know,
fact.
So and the selling stuff was just to compensate for the work that I was doing, and as many people were telling me, you know, the quality. The rollout, the presentation, the branding was well appreciated, and that's just
unmatched, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
top notch, man. Top notch.
Absolutely.
And that's just
Absolutely.
how I move. You know, I run multiple businesses, and all my businesses run in similar fashions. This is the first time I've ever run an exclusively online business.
I feel you.
I have storefronts and stuff like that. I own a photo studio. We have 2 fashion lines that I'm working on.
Talk that shit. Let's go, man.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah,
that.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not talk about none of that stuff ever on the platform. I wanted it to be about HipHopVCR. I didn't want it to ever be about me, but I also didn't mind being in front of cameras, being interviewed. I don't mind that stuff because I'll push the platform.
Exactly.
But now it's all about brainstorming and if and what I'm gonna do next. You know,
yeah, man.
and I appreciate you guys have calling me yesterday. I know Hill and Iceberg, you guys called me yesterday, and you guys were throwing out some ideas out there, and I really appreciate it. You guys also were one of the reasons why I went live last night. So I don't know but I went live for an hour to kind of vent.
Okay.
Well, the biggest thing, man, is like, in J Camp, LB, and Bebo P can throw in their, their thoughts. My thought is like, this stuff is like nostalgic to me. Like literally when I was looking for stuff for our page, because the new hip hop is not really me. I'm 40, plus years old. So I was looking for stuff, and that's how I found your channel. I was like, who is this dude that got the crispiest stuff? And then when we started talking, I'm like, yo, I gotta get you on the pod. I gotta get you on the show. And then I'm like, this dude got 300 hours worth of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, in November and yesterday, it was exactly 7 months. November 3rd, May 3rd.
Wow.
And I had posted 600 videos between that in that time.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it that hurts because again, it validates everything that we all talk about in our group chat. It validates what I talk about with my younger family members. I'm like, y'all wasn't around when Biggie was out here doing his thing. When Jay was performing at Summer Jam. And when that dropped, that validated everything I was talking to my family about.
All you guys on this platform helped me realize just how important this stuff was.
Important, man.
Well, that's reciprocal too. That's reciprocal too. When when we found you, and you had the actual gems that as J Camp just alluded to. Right. For us, it's more of a memory. For you, it's both a memory and you actually having the resources that serves as the proof for what the essence of hip hop was and still is about. So for that, we definitely, as well as the fans out there, and for those who don't even know you up until this point and in the future, definitely want to extend our thanks and appreciation for you, brother.
I'm sorry, all this respect. I wanted to give it all the respect that it deserved. I wanted to put it on a silver platter. I didn't want to just chuck it out there. I think that we all deserve better than that, and that was my intention, and that's how I moved forward with it. He deserved the best, and I gave the best I could, doing that for everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed at all, man. I mean, that that the essence is what people crave. You know what I'm saying? People need it, and it's history. A lot of historical hip hop stuff, like I call it artifacts. It's like an artifact. I'm in my Indiana Jones bag. You know what I'm saying? So when that stuff gets erased from history, we don't have any way to pull that back out. And that's what you did. You pulled those artifacts out. You was tomb raiding, bro. You pulled it out.
Tough guys, and now what? I have it, and hopefully some other people ripped it off the internet. While
I think this is just the beginning for you, brother. To be honest,
yeah, it is. I feel the same thing too. I think it's a good problem.
It is.
Okay. Well, the other thing too is the stuff you're posting up. Most of these people are gone. You know what I'm saying? Your prodigies, your DMXs. So you never people never got to see like the impact of DMX when he was on the stage with the red overalls on and the crowd's just going crazy.
Right.
Nobody saw that where he's bringing out the dogs on stage. Nobody saw the conversation that Mace was having, Biggie was having. Like every morning, I'm like, okay, what's he about to drop today? You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna make me go in my playlist and play some of this stuff, these records, man.
That's what
you put the Shine up the other day, and I had to bump the whole Shine record. Shout out to my man Shine,
which was a classic. Which was a classic.
100%.
And I think what you were doing was connecting number one, bringing some of the old guys like me, bringing some of that nostalgia back. But then some of the younger cats, man, are like,
get to see it.
I never saw it, bro. It literally was like the Michael Jordan Last Dance. What
exactly.
doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? People wearing the Jordans, but they never saw him hoop.
Facts. It's one thing to preach it to a kid, but for them to actually see it, you know what I'm saying? What we saying, it makes a world of a difference.
It just further validates it. Right.
Or a 20-year-old hit me up on Instagram, I was floored. I couldn't believe it. Like, this stuff is before you were born, and so I gave those guys so much respect because they were seeking that stuff.
They see it. They want it.
Well, that's the thing.
Part of history.
Yeah, is that there's so much of this stuff that they just never got to consume, though, right? So they come from an era where everything is consumable. And everything you can just go back to and you can find on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But they don't realize that there are a ton of moments that haven't been caught and that you just can't go back to YouTube and look up. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you find it's gonna be like this small, like a 240, you're not gonna see no 720 of that stuff.
Nah, yeah.
Exactly.
You know, the presentation is important because you give it its respect, and maybe some guys don't have the ability to post it correctly, but you know, like my background, digital background, dealing with videos and photography and stuff like that, I have a good eye and ear for that stuff. And I feel like I was the right person to do it. You know, I was like,
for sure,
and you still are.
Yeah,
right.
I think the story's not over with yet. I think it's just this is like the WorldCom AT&T. This is the Napster. This is the Napster moment. You know, because at the end of the day, like most people are like, well, how the heck it wasn't getting on YouTube, bruh? This wasn't scanned into anything.
This wasn't scanned stuff.
This was not scanned in, so it's not going to register. So
right.
But then, like you understand, like when I saw the fake store drive joint. And then it went viral. I was like, "Oh my god!" Because we had you on for the Biggie joint, and it was we were saying, "Hey man, this is gonna go crazy when people see what you have."
Yeah, man.
And then I started seeing. I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like seeing somebody saying, "Hey, I got a demo tape," and next thing you know, you hear him on Hot 97. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "Yo, this is perfect." You know what I'm saying? And you monitor, you're doing your merch. It's all beautiful. And then when I saw the joint, you was like, "Oh, they took it down." I was like, "What the hell?" Me and Hill started chopping. And I said, man, let me just get him on the phone real quick. Because we want to get you on the show anyway. And then that happened. So I was like, to me, it's just a guy situation. And also, I was talking to LB the Podfather this morning. Like, it's almost like you can still negotiate, maybe. Like you said, they got an email. So
man,
it could be some situations going on because this thing, who knows that they got that stuff that you have?
Exactly. They probably don't.
Well, here's the thing. Even if they do, they probably can't find it. You know that it's probably in some archive. Warehouse, unlabeled,
spill some coffee on it.
And so
some fat dude done spilled a sandwich on it.
Yeah, it's like first Indiana Jones at the end when they were taking the ark to that big warehouse. Yeah,
to that big warehouse.
Yeah,
they ain't never finding that.
Right.
Hurts to imagine how they treated the artifacts from our culture. To them, it doesn't.
It's
To us, it's
everything.
Well, think about what they did to Death Row, where they're like, "Oh yeah, we just sold Death Row to Hasbro toys. Like it ain't nothing. Like what are you talking about?" What are you then what you say HipHopVCR was the stuff that we love and it's part of our culture is not even owned by us, so we can't even put it out.
It's wild.
That's
wild.
And we need to learn from this. And I know that we are. So we're learning and growing, but it hurts.
Yeah, no, it does. It does for sure.
So the question is, man, is what's next, man? In your opinion, you just on a holding pattern right now. Is there some other things that you're gonna do? Maybe with some different platforms. What's your thought process right now?
Well, I'm gonna keep the store open, the merch store. I'm gonna see how that goes. I'm thinking of maybe still posting some magazines. People love that stuff when I scan in the magazine.
Classic.
So I'll do a little bit of that. I'll see what's up. The only thing I can think about when it comes to original content is a podcast. But again, if I were to do something like that, I want to do it like big. I want to do it in studio. I want to have multiple cameras. that's the kind of situation. That's the way I would approach something like that, and that takes resources and time, and it's something that would have been easy if I had a 11,000 group platform like the base that I had, because it's a lot easier to do it. Where now I'm starting over for now.
Well, Rob Backish is the CEO of Viacom. We need you to get on this live or get on the Twitter joint. We got to get the HipHopVCR
listen,
back.
People want this content. Give it to them. Just let them have it. People want it.
Blow his handles, his email, everything.
Yo MTV Raps is not going to work.
Nah,
not gonna work.
Nah, I don't want no Carson Daly type cat serving me hip hop food.
Man, get out of here.
Hi, let's the Grand Poobah. Like, no, man.
Nah,
we want to see it, bro. We want to see that.
Same. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
On the live yesterday, a gentleman named Rico, a young guy, 29 years old, he came on. I let him come on, and we went back and forth a little. And he was saying just how authentic, like, for example, Rhapsody the Basement was, where the artist didn't know what questions Tigger was going to ask.
Yeah.
Tigger was being himself, the artists are being themselves. And we all witnessed that. And maybe we were a little bit spoiled because now everything is like scripted. And it shows the authenticity of our people, of our culture, right? And how it's just about keeping it real. And then you see these young guys in the basement with Tigger, and they're just being themselves, and it's such a refreshing moment. That's why we love that show.
It was almost like the first podcast where you come on and it was just more like, hey, it's in Mama Tigger's basement. It's all cool. And then this thing, the stuff that you were doing was bridging the gap between these new cats and the old, and not old cats, but the other generation. So when you put up a post the other day about Cam and Mace with Big Les, and I was like, oh, Big Les is looking like a snack. And she was like, and she posted on it. And then I put up something she posted. Joe Claire posted. Now Joe Claire follows us. So what you were doing was, I think people, I don't think you or we understand how big the collection you had, and then the way you put it out, the presentation, like you say, was bringing out some of these classic cats that now, like, hey, they over here. So I put up something on our IG, and I was like, oh, Elon Musk is gonna bring out Rhapsody the Basement, and Big Les and Joe Claire was like, yeah, we ready, let's go. We want to do it too.
was real, folks. The Joe Cleese and Big Les part. Yeah, that was on it.
I want you guys to see this. Look, you see this? Look what I watch. It's 99 pages here, guys. Look, this is all stuff here. Look, it's just endless. Look, it's like it's and I lied.
Guys, you are getting this exclusive. This exclusive.
It's
handwritten
as a kid
documents of what all the gems and the jewels.
Hey, those are all moments, by the way. Moments.
Memory.
Yes.
Memories. Artists, the producers, everyone who behind the scenes, the cameraman, us, everybody played a role, and it belongs to everybody.
It belongs to us, man.
My last question before everybody else goes in is,
passed away.
What do you do? My last question before everybody else goes in is, do you think you scared some people? As far as like you got moments that some people may not want to share.
Like scaring who? Who am I scaring? What am I doing? Like scaring who?
Well, almost to the fact that like,
if you're scared, oh man, it reflects upon you.
Well, it depends on how.
True story.
It depends on your perspective of who am I. You could look at it from one space where you just see yourself as the individual that you are, or perceive yourself to be, whatever. But to them, who are you could be completely different. He's the cat that has a wealth of things that we might not want to put out there. Iceberg told us that on a private call. You know what I'm saying?
I consider
this guy has the Summer Jam 2001.
What else he got?
What else does he have?
Exactly.
That's going to have people rethink about the culture of hip hop. From what it is now to what it really should be, or whatever other motive, ulterior motive that they have. Because right now there's a lot of suppression of keeping the culture where it's at, or denigrating it.
Put the kufi on. That's exactly what that is.
24 minutes.
And you guys mentioned that when Death Row going to Hasbro, they knew about Death Row being one of the or arguably the hottest label at that time.
Yeah.
But sometimes these corporations, these companies, these entities, these factions, sometimes these politicians will just buy something just to make sure that it never becomes more successful.
They trying to franchise it. They trying to franchise hip hops like McDonald's.
Right. Sometimes they'll just buy something and then just do it. Yeah.
And sell it off, and then put that agenda driven theory onto it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if I'm trying to read cast to think that Nas means Little Nas X,
exactly.
Everything that you putting up that's Nas kills what I'm trying to do.
I'm sorry. Yesterday, phone call. You made a connection with me in regards when you connected my coverage to black excellence, and I mentioned that in the live that I did last night after we spoke, and it's a great point you made. It's every single second of the footage that I have represents black excellence, and like you guys were mentioning right now, they would potentially lose money instead of exposing black excellence. That's why yesterday I named my live "Burning Down Black Wall Street" because they've done this before.
Woo! Yeah,
absolutely.
And knowing the value, yes, absolutely, and knowing the value of what was to come,
right,
moving forward. So
they knew when people got to see that footage and see what it was really like. You know what I'm saying? Where they've already tried to paint that picture of what hip hop is or what hip hop should be. It contradicted all of that.
So that, with that, it just helps me to end off my other side. And, shout out to you brothers for helping with this. That scene on the Malcolm X movie that Denzel and Spike Lee did, where the cops came out and said, hey, the person's going to be all right. No words were spoken. It was just this and this. And then the cops said, how can one man, essentially, how can one person have all that power?
Sure.
Was what I'm paraphrasing. So I'm saying that because of when going back to your question of who am I? It's a matter of perspective. And that's why we say, to us, this is just the beginning, at least in our opinion, our humble opinion. But brother, we definitely appreciate.
Well, and this is the thing, like some of the stuff that that's in the footage that you have shows black masculine men. Fatherhood. It shows
real
people
hip-hop
coming up from nothing, like the beginning of a Scarface movie where you see these dudes
absolutely
going in, and so that may inspire. Like I said, when you're inspiring 20-year-olds to go back and see that essence, and they don't want to see the the other situation that's going on now, and then we're going to talk about this next. By the way, that scares people, man. When you see heterosexual black men being leaders in the community, doing cool stuff, coming up from nothing.
Men who made mistakes and rectified them before our eyes. That's a great example.
Women too, by the way. Women too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it did definitely show all that, and it must be working against somebody's agenda.
Brother, hold your head high, because right about now, I think you have several people shook. And that's where you want to be in this current state of hip hop, rap, and entertainment, is to have people shook to the point where they don't know what you got. Heck, nobody knows what you got outside of you. You know what I'm saying? And that,
which is a great.
Absolutely, J Camp. And I go back to what you said essentially on the MD podcast. For those who haven't heard it, go and check that out. Wonderful podcast. Shout out to that platform. But essentially, and I can only paraphrase, brother, what you said was, you essentially said it here tonight. You're doing this for the culture. It's not like you're trying to, it's not like you have an ulterior motive to do X, Y, or Z on some capitalistic stuff or whatever the case may be. You have a genuine heart and a mind for this culture, like we do, and we appreciate you, brother. So we just want to say, hold your head up. This is just the beginning. This is the moment. Moments like this is where triumph awfully will begin to peak.
Hey, the other thing too, man. Hey, HipHopVCR. You heard some rollouts too, by the way.
Uh-oh.
When people were talking about rolling out their album, they had to hold up. Like I'm not getting like when you took the headlines. You taking headlines from somebody's rollout. You feel what I'm saying?
How can one HipHopVCR have all that power, baby?
Power. And then this is the other thing, man. What else he got, man? What if he drops something else? When I'm about to drop an album.
You know what's a chamber full right now.
Yep.
And that's what they worried about. They worried about that chamber.
Yep. Y'all saw those pages.
I do want to send the message out to everybody in general that it was never about me, and it's not about me. It's about the culture, right?
Facts.
And nothing that I ever did was about me. I do have an ego, but it doesn't belong there. And I need is important in my life. It helped me manage certain things, like going against the grain, so on and so forth, right? Yeah. But in this case, it was selfless. It was all about the people. And so, people ask me, how are you doing? Is everything okay? You guys reached out. The first thing you said, how can we help? Which I love that. But I'm good. And really, there are people out there who are consuming the channel who are way worse off than I am, and it's really about them. And they're helpless. I have the content. I could consume it greedily. I could, before I die, I'll never suffer the way everyone else is suffering about this stuff. And that's why I felt compelled to release this stuff. And unfortunately, they're the ones who suffer. It's not me. They did it to me, but everyone lost. And that's what's not fair.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that one.
Well, like I said, man, again, this is just the beginning, in my opinion. It's just like the iPhone 1. Now we gotta go to the iPhone 3S, and then the 6 and the 7, and the one that's waterproof. Like it's just another level, man. Because at the end of the day, society's trying to go into that demolition, man, where we gotta go underground to even hear some stuff that ain't a Taco Bell commercial. So at the end of the day, man, like I said, people love you, man. They love what you're doing. To me, like I said, man, you disrupted the industry, man, and we like that just puts a smile on face. And when we saw the accolades, we were over here cheering like, man, like, hey, man, like you the bro, you know what I'm saying? Like what you are. But we was like excited, like it was us, man. Like, yo, man, I can't believe we said this shit was gonna happen, man.
All facts.
That's, man, we got chat messages full of that, like being excited, you know what I'm saying, for you, for what you were doing.
Sure.
Before you guys go on to the next subject, because I'm actually gonna dip before if you guys don't mind. I first of all, I want to thank you guys. I love what you guys do. Your platform is incredible. I see the horizon for you guys. I see where it's going. That's why I support the hell out of you guys. I think you guys I get great vibes from you guys. You guys were the first ones to really reach out to me, and you guys happen to be awesome. And I'm like, oh shit, what's the so your platform is incredible. I do since I won't be here for the entire podcast, I do want to jump ahead and give my flowers, since I know you guys.
Go ahead.
So I want to give my flowers to you guys to start. You guys do accepting me, for helping out, for supporting, and then of course to all the supporters and the fans and those who were always on the channel, the supporters. And all the flowers go to them. If I could plant all the flowers in the world, we'll go to you guys and them. And then, like you guys said, I'm gonna brainstorm. It's only the beginning, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But you guys inspire me, and I appreciate it. You guys put things into perspective. And thank you guys. Thank you for everything.
Thank
you, brother. And man. We got your back. We still got your back.
We got it.
We got some ideas too. I ain't just emailed them to you yet. So we got some ideas though. So
you got my number. Let's do it.
All
right. And for me, in regards, I think I'm set with that. So you guys, if anyone else, is all good. But whenever you guys are ready to move on, I'll dip, and then we'll go from there.
Again, we just want to come on, like let you come on, just talk to you for a minute, man. Number one, we wanted to just, even before all this stuff happened, it's crazy how things kind of work out. But we wanted to give you the flowers, man, and just talk to you about the impact that you're doing. And it's a global, let's be clear.
Absolutely.
It's a global impact that you are doing, that you already done, and that you're about to also do again, in my opinion, because now, like I said, it's that moment where, that Napster thing, that, the sometimes you got to be ahead of the curve on some of these things, because there is a suppression on showing some of the things that we saw growing up because they don't want us to. They don't want the next generation to have the standards and ethics that we have, you know.
Absolutely.
So again, like I said, what you were doing embodies what we do on the podcast and why we started it from LB talking about. That's why we call him the Power Father, because he kind of started the whole podcast thing, and then we started bringing everything on. You know what I'm saying? So what you do and what you were doing in the channel was an embodiment of what we have been doing since we've all known each other for 21 years. You know what I'm saying? So what you like again, you the fifth member of Fresh Out, man, and our brother. So we're always going to make sure that we hold you down, we representing, and this is just the it's like a phoenix rising, man. Again, so you know what I'm saying. If there's still an ass still hot, man, that thing will start burning, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, guys. It's a pleasure, guys. If you guys want to have me on again, it's all good. Give me.
We will.
Oh, absolutely, brother.
We got to get you back on.
It ain't no if, it's when, brother.
Yeah, it's when. Hey, you know your hip hop. You know your hip hop.
We gotta get on here regardless, man. Like I said, and Robert Backus, man, you know, hit us up, man. Hit right. We gotta talk, man.
Let us know, man. We'll cut a deal for you.
We'll cut a deal.
Hold on, let me pull it out. Let me pull it out one time.
Get that money, man.
I'm ready right now. We can throw on the tie and talk business. We can talk business right now. Hey, let's negotiate a deal.
You know
preparation.
That's right, baby. Man.
Hey, Ray, we can hold you up for dinner, man. I know you smelling that food in the house, man. I know, wife, you got the food right. You know what I mean?
Go enjoy, brother.
Yeah, go enjoy, man. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, appreciate you.
Salute, bro.
Right, see.
Hey, man, real one, man. If you're not
for sure
HipHopVCR on IG, do that, man. You still got some dope clips up, man. It's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Lonnie love that. And we got nothing but love for that brother, man. So
I'm happy for whatever his next chapter is gonna be.
Man, we know it's gonna be great. We know it's gonna be, you know, this is the first page. The second page is gonna be even better.
Yeah, man.
Brother's a gem and a genuine individual. So
absolutely, man.
Again, just shining beginnings for
a beacon for the culture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he is.
Hold up. You're now listening to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous music podcast on the OMG Network and rawcynic.com.